Hello everyone, this is Ingrid. I'm coming to you with a video for a project that I made. I was basically in the spring mood and I wanted to make this for my front door. Instead of just making a wreath, I wanted to make a bird cage filled with flowers. This is the second time that I'm making a project like this. I had made a similar one which I'll show you in a moment. I made it for the fall, so I usually keep that up for the fall, and I wanted to create one for the springtime, which I'll probably leave spring and summer. But let me just tell you what I did here. I cut this out using the Cricut cartridge. Problem is, I think if I'm not mistaken, it was Songbird or Serenade, one of those two cartridges. I forget. I'll probably put it on the link below. And then all the flowers that you see here I made using the Cricut. Flower Shop and Mother's Day Bouquet. A lot of them are the rolled roses, if you can see. So all of these are the rolled roses, and I did them in different color papers, and some I layered. So like, for example, this small part here is the rolled rose, and then this part down here is a different flower. But I used the same paper, and I also used Lindy Stempgang on this. I believe it was Gecko Green that I used on that. And then I just layered the flowers on top of each other. This is another flower that I did the same thing. Here's the rolled rose, and here is the other paper flower. Same thing here. And a lot of them I added pearl centers to. Some of them I added glitter, like stickles. Some I added these pretty little plastic round pieces, and some I added, I don't know if you can see, these are the little beads, the micro beads, so I added that to some of them. Here's another one with the micro beads. And this is from a spray that I bought at I believe it was Joann's. This these leaves I cut out with the Cricut. This tiny leaf I cut out with one of the punches. This I cut out with the Martha Stewart punch. And this butterfly I cut out with the Cricut, and I used sparkle and sprinkle waterfall glitter on that, and I also used the micro beads in a nice pale peach color. As you can see, I used a lot of pearls, a lot of bling. So I wanted it to be kind of a shabby chic wreath. And I just added a whole bunch of different elements. Here are these wheat sprays, crystal wheat sprays in pink and green. And I know for a fact that the camera is not picking up the colors correctly, but it is close to it. But I guess that's the best that the camera can do, I guess, under the lighting that I have. Then here I used a lot of diamond dust. For the bird, I stamped the bird with blue, not dye ink, pigment ink. That's what it was. Blue pigment ink. And it was like a pearlescent pigment ink, so it left a really pretty, it's just really, really pretty. And then on top of that, I added diamond dust to it. Then over here, I took the bird, the outline of the bird, and I used a lot of the micro beads in this beautiful pale peach. And And then here for the eye I used the micro beads and some stickles to just give it a little bit more dimension. Here's a stick pin that I put together. This is another Martha Stewart butterfly. This little center here is one of these little pom-poms that I cut and put on there. And some feathers, as you can see, in these really pretty colors. This down here, I used the bling mesh that I just cut a piece off of. This here is a trim that I purchased a long time ago. I believe I purchased it from a treasure nest, but I'm really not sure. I don't remember. This here are these little crystals, hanging chandelier crystals that that I bought at Michael's in like a bag. They had them in pink and purple and all of that, which was a great deal. And I just hung them on thin ribbon. And then this one, which is bigger, this clear one, I hung on a thicker ribbon, which is in a very pretty pale blue. And let's see what else. Again, I used really nice pattern paper. The problem is that I don't recall which pattern paper it was, and mostly you can barely see it because I really did embellish the heck out of it, so you really can't see the whole, you know, the whole paper anyway. Then this flower here, same thing, I made it with the Cricut. Then to zoom in a little bit, I used a lot of Lindy Stamp Gang and a lot of Glimmer Mist. The Glimmer Mist that I used is my absolute all-time favorite marshmallow. So I used a lot of that, and I also used the Cotton Candy Pink on the Lindy Stamp Gang. And here I used both Gecko Green and I believe it was Tiffany's Blue in the Lindy Stamp Gang. This here is a little bead spray that I put together. It's just, you know, a few different colors, pinks, greens, whites, and I just have it there. And then these leaves, I made this out of every time that I use my Lindy Stamp Gang or my Prima, my Glimmer Mist, I use it in a shoe box with some tissue paper lining the bottom. So that tissue paper, after a while, it gets pretty hard, and instead of throwing it away, I just ripped it into like little pieces, and that's what I used as the leaves. And I tell you, it's absolutely beautiful. And let's see what else. Not really sure if there's anything else to show. Oh, up here I used this pretty organza large ribbon, and I used some beautiful fibers in pink, very shimmery pink. And I'll see if I can lift it up just to give you an idea. And there we go. Let's see. I don't know if you guys can get the full effect of it, but it really is quite beautiful, and I just love it. The back of it, I cut using thin chipboard, and it's not even chipboard, it's like packaging material, and that's pretty much it for this project. So that's one. And then the other one that I made, if you'll just hold on a second, let me go get it. Okay, the other one that I made, this is the one that I made for the fall. So let me just try to see how I can get to show this to you. Okay. Okay, so this one here I made for the fall, and I hung it up, and it was pretty much on my door all of the fall and the winter. And I absolutely love it. I think this is so much prettier than a wreath, you know, than just like a circular wreath. Again, same thing, I cut the flowers out using the Cricut, because you know I love my Cricut. And I did a technique here where I used a lot of paints, and the paint curled up, you know, the wet paint curled up the paper, and then after it curled up the paper, I went in while the paint was wet and added different glitters to it, and then I let it dry. And I think it was pretty cool. It's very different looking. This here is a glass, I'm not too sure what you call those, a glass flat back pebble, I guess. Beautiful, beautiful feathers. Oh my goodness, I have a great stash of feathers that I bought from Joann's, and it just complements this so well. So again, I used a lot of the glimmer mists on the flowers. I used the tip of my paintbrush with some paints. Also, these little leaves I cut out using a paper, using a punch, and I put in pearls in the center with hot glue. And the paper is the Graphic 45. Oh, and this butterfly I cut out using the Cricut. And I went back and I put perfect pearls on top, and it really was really beautiful. And here I just put some flat back cabochon, I guess bling. I don't know what you would really call that. This is a beautiful thin ribbon that I purchased from Michael's. It actually comes in a set of 3, and you can usually get it during the holiday season, like Christmas and stuff. There's the green, the red, and the brown, and it's just gorgeous. Let's see. So just oh, and then down here I put this beautiful brown trim, bead trim, and then on top of the bead trim I put this beautiful dark velvet ribbon. And I tell you, I absolutely love it. So there you have both of the wreaths. I don't really know what, birdcage wreaths. And one is for spring and summer, and the other one is for fall. And they were both cut out using the Cricut cartridge. I'm not too sure if it was Songbird or Serenade, but it was one of those two. And it was, I used my 12 by 12 mat to cut them this big, but on the Gypsy, I put it on a 12 by 24 mat, even though when I went to cut it, it was really on a 12 by 12. It just took up the whole 12 by 12, that's all. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's my project, and I really hope you like it. I would show it hanging up, but that would have to be like another video, because I'm like filming this in the middle of the night. And I love the way it turned out. I think it's like very shabby chic. And this one very rich in colors, and I think it's perfect. So please leave your comments. They are very much appreciated, and thank you for watching. Bye.